Good morning. Welcome to today's video, Game of Thrones fans. Hey, sorry for the long delay. I know I haven't really. I mean, it's been what, 2 weeks now. It's been a while, and I'm sorry for that. I've been busy. Just also to be honest with you, sometimes the show it takes a lot out of me. it's just an emotional journey and a ride, you know. And sometimes I'm just not up for it, and I want to give this show the best shot as far as like I don't want to film if I'm not in the mood to film, and the reason being is just because I feel like the reaction would suffer quite a bit. But here we are. I am ready to watch today's episode, season 4, episode 2. So just still at the beginning of season 4, but I'm ready for it. I do want to find out what's happened. I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, I really want to know what's going to happen. You know, I want to see the ends of the show. I want to see this whole show through. It's sometimes takes a lot out of me. Last episode was fine. You know, nothing brutal. Nothing too concerning. You know, I thought it was a good episode. But still, I'm uneasy about watching the show. So regardless, we're here, and let's get right into it. So leave a like if you're excited, and here we go. Here we go. Wish us luck. Game of Thrones. Oh man, it's a love-hate relationship.
The Lord Commander now. Come on. Let others do the fighting. When was the last time Father used a sword?
I'm not Father, I'm the Kingslayer. When people find out I can't slay a pigeon.
Train then. Learn to fight with your other hand.
With whom? You? Men talk. As soon as someone discovers I can't fight, he'll tell everyone.
You need a proper, discreet swordsman. As it happens, I have just the one.
Nice. That's awesome that he's gonna train with one hand. I mean, that's gonna be challenging. Like the whole one hand thing, but also losing your dominant hand. Like that's the worst. But yeah, good. They're training him up. That's good. Hopefully it does remain quiet. That he can't fight currently. Because I'm sure that piece of news, people would be mocking him, and or he could have some trouble, you know, because they know he can't defend himself.
I still have my right hand.
Plan on growing it back.
Come on, then.
It's going to take a lot of practice, a lot of hard work. If anyone can do it, Jaime can do it. So, I have faith that he'll do his best. But, yeah, it's got to be tough.
Father, welcome home.
Waldo, this is Ramsay Snow, my bastard.
A pleasure, Mother.
Hello.
See that the horses are fed, watered, and rubbed down. And take Lady Waldo to her chambers.
This way, milady.
Where is...
I just realized when he said that he got the amount of gold in his wife's weight, or I forget how it was phrased, but the weight of his girl, he got that in gold. It made him a rich man, and now we meet his wife. I can't speak. I'm struggling with my weight, so I'm not saying that to mock her by any means. But that was a pretty smart move to be able to make some money.
This was Balin Greyjoy's son and heir.
We've been flaying our enemies for 1,000 years. The flayed man is on our banners.
My banners, not yours. You're not a Bolton, you're a Snow.
Theon, was our enemy. But Reek will never betray us.
I place far too much trust in you.
That guy's a nut. And I mean, we knew this going into it, you know. I mean, the way he tortured Greyjoy. He's still Greyjoy to me. You know, I'm not going to be calling him Reek. That's so brutal. But I mean, to think that Greyjoy wouldn't betray him, I feel like Greyjoy would if he had the chance and the strength to do it. I feel like he definitely would betray him. I mean, and who wouldn't? I mean, he's tortured the guy. It's interesting. So this is another Snow. So, Snow, I mean, is the name that they give to bastards, right? That's their surname then. But it's such a common thing, and it's not like the Snows are friends with each other necessarily, you know. But it's just interesting. It's just interesting that they're Snows. They're not, you know, Lannisters or, well, I don't know if the Lannisters have any, but you know what I mean. Like, they're not King Robert's, you know, bastards. He's a Snow, I guess. And Jon Snow, of course. So I don't know. It's interesting.
Go on, Reek. A nice, close shave. Reek, tell Father, where are Bran and Rickon Stark?
I don't know, my lord.
You murdered them and displayed their corpses at Winterfell.
Reek, did you murder the Stark boy?
No, my lord. Just 2 farm boys.
And crisped them so no one would know?
Yes, my lord.
The Starks have always ruled the North.
I guess I was wrong, or maybe this is just not a good opportunity to kill him. But I mean, I'm surprised he didn't slit his throat right there, you know. But maybe he has, quote unquote, learned, you know, been abused into submissiveness, which is terrible. But maybe that's the case. I guess we'll keep watching and we'll find out. But yeah, I was expecting heads to roll.
Even if he doesn't, he's half Stark himself. Could be a threat.
You want to prove yourself a Bolton. Gather whatever men you can and ride for Moat Cailin. Bring this creature of yours. Maybe he'll be of some use. Take the moat for the family. For our family. And I'll reconsider your position.
Lord Varys, breakfasting with the king.
Wow. Yeah. Theon Greyjoy's broken man. Man. That's rough. That's rough. Here's somebody else that is missing parts. He seems to be doing much better, but he's also he's gone a while without them, you know. I guess he's more on the vengeance, you know, which I don't blame him, you know, getting back to the folks that did that to him, or the man that did that to him. I don't blame him one bit. I'm surprised Greyjoy didn't act when he had a knife in his hand, but I mean, he would have died. Greyjoy would have, because there was 2 men there that would have easily killed him. So I don't know, very interesting.
Book?
The Lives of 4 Kings, Grand Maester Keith's history of the reigns of Beren the Young Dragon, Baelor the Blessed, Aegon the Unworthy, and Beren the Good. A book every king should read.
Now that the war is won, we should all find time for wisdom. Thank you, Uncle.
One of only 2 Valyrian steel swords in the capital. You're...
Such a great sword should have a name. What shall I call her?
Stormbringer! Terminus! Widow's Wail! Wolfsbane!
Widow's Wail, I like that. Every time I use it, it'll be like cutting off Ned Stark's head all over again.
Wow. It's funny because they were talking about that book about the different 4 kings and stuff, and I'm like, that sounds pretty fascinating. Maybe something I'd read. And then King Joffrey just destroys it. Well, what do you expect from a whiny little king? What a terrible person. I don't know. It's kind of infuriating, honestly. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like him.
I'm not afraid of them. I'm not going to run from them. We'll fight them together. It's like you said. I am yours and you're mine.
You're a whore! Sansa is fit to bear my children, and you are not. I can't be in love with a whore. I can't have children with a whore. How many men have you been with? 500? 5,000?
Wow. I hope he's just saying it as a ploy to get her to leave. Still really hurtful, though. I don't know. I mean, I know that's what she did, and so there might be a little bit of truth to what he's saying, but how disrespectful, throwing that in her face. That's brutal. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, though. I really think that he's just saying this kinds of things to get her to leave. I think that's his intentions. He wants to offend her and make her want to leave, because he's scared they're going to kill her. I really give him the benefit of the doubt, but it's terrible. I think the issue is if he's honest with her, she's not going to leave, and so his only option that he can think of is just to piss her off and offend her and break her down and make her run away crying, which is terrible. But I mean, I don't want to see her die either. His father will hang her. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. But what a brutal, brutal relationship. But at the same time, you kind of knew it was going to be hard because he had to get married to somebody else, So it's kind of like forbidden love. It's just it wasn't given much of a chance to succeed.
You'll have a comfortable life in Pentos. Bronn will escort you to your ship.
Wow. That was brutal. He basically ripped her heart out, tore it to shreds, and then told her to leave. That's terrible. I mean, it was clear she would have died for the guy. That's rough. I'm getting emotional. That's tough. That's tough to see. It's tough to watch. I didn't like seeing her cry. And she's not. It's not like she's my favorite character or something, but she is a good character. She's got a good heart about her, and their relationship was cool, That's tough. That sucks, man. I don't know. It's just heartbreaking. That's not how you want to see their relationship end. That's heartbreaking.
Every mother should fear for her child's soul.
She's a stubborn little beast.
She's a child.
You barely know her. You think she's sweet because she smiles when you visit. She is sullen and stubborn and sinful. Why else would the Lord of Light have seen fit to mark her face? She needs the rod.
She's my daughter. You will not strike her.
As you command. Perhaps the Lady Melisande could speak with her.
Come in.
Are you sleeping, Princess? Eternally at war.
Then there are no 7 heavens. And no 7 hells.
There's only one hell, Princess. The one we live in now.
I'm a little surprised that King Baratheon was allowing her to speak with them, but with his daughter. I'm glad he didn't allow his wife to beat his daughter. That's good, but I don't know, the lady of the light speaking with her. I don't trust her. I don't like her encouraging people to be murdered. I don't know. You know, it's just kind of, you know, if your religion is killing people that disagree with you. I mean, historically that has happened a lot, you know, but I just don't agree with that.
I know where we have to go.
Well, I'm glad he knows where they have to go because I didn't necessarily get that out of that. Said north. Look for him north. Under the tree. But yeah, I don't know where that's at. To me, I thought he had to dig right below the tree. That tree. But I guess not. Wow. That was a lot to unpack. A lot I probably missed, too. All those flashbacks and flash forwards and all that stuff. A lot of stuff in a very short amount of time. You know, maybe it's just because of the last wedding we saw, things didn't go so well. I'm a little uneasy about this wedding. And it doesn't help the music and just the tension. It just feels like something bad is going to happen. I don't know what that would be. And it might be nothing, really. You know, I have this sensation and feeling like it just feels like something is not right. There's not a lot right with King Joffrey. So it could be that, really. But I get this feeling that something bad is going to happen. I very well might be wrong. Because, like, at the last wedding, I thought everything was going to go fine. And it did not. So, I very, very much might be wrong. But that's just the sensation or feeling I'm getting right now.
Sure, you have many fascinating stories. Sworn to Renly Baratheon, sworn to Catelyn Stark, and now my brother. Must be exciting to flit from one camp to the next. Serving whichever lord or lady you fancy.
I don't serve your brother, Your Grace.
But you love him. I want you to do. I want you to leave my presence. Leave this wedding right now. Go to the kitchens and instruct them that all the leftovers from the feast will be brought to the kennels.
Your Grace, Queen Marjorie
The Queen
said they were to
is
be...
telling you the leftovers will feed the dogs. Or you will.
Wow. I don't know why, like, that's just really rude. That's awful. She'd rather feed animals than people. But can you expect anything less? Also, I know I kind of brushed over the fact, the Queen's conversation with the tall gal, and how she loves Jaime Lannister. It was interesting that she didn't deny it. So maybe she does love Jaime Lannister. Very interesting.
My lords, my ladies, I give you King Joffrey, Renly, Stannis, Robb Stark, Balon Greyjoy, the War of the Five Kings! The rightful king! King of the North! Yes! Traitor! You're a traitor!
Wow. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. This could be interesting. Tyrion doesn't seem too happy about it, so I mean, who can blame Lord Tyrion? But you know, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I was right. Something bad was going to happen. Not as bad as I was expecting, but it's too bad for Sansa. That's got to be hard. That's tough. It's, you know, people always laugh at other people's misery, and that's tough. It's got to be tough.
And show everyone how a true king wins his throne. Be careful, though. This one is clearly mad with lust. It would be a tragedy for the king to lose his virtue hours before his wedding night. Fine vintage. Shame that it spilled.
Did not spill.
My love, come back to me. It's time for my father's toast.
Well, how does he expect me to toast without wine?
It's tough. It's tough. Ib's going through a lot. You know, his love has gone. Hopefully she's gone, as in she doesn't get hung. King Joffrey, I mean, he's just a terrible, terrible person. And I mean, at least King Joffrey displayed himself out there too, you know? Like he had one of those characters, you know, betray him, or yeah, portray him. So I mean, you know, there was that at least, but yeah, not very tasteful. Not very tasteful.
Wonderful.
Just awkward. More so than awkward. Like, it's just uncomfortable. King Joffrey is just not a very nice person. He's a villain. You know, he's a villain. And the way he treats his uncle, man, just the disrespect. Now, his uncle obviously doesn't respect him with the crown and all that. So, but my thing with respect is you have to earn respect. I get it's a little different. You know, you're the king. You were crowned the king, and so there's got to be a little bit of respect that comes with the title. But I'm more of a, you have to earn your respect. You know, I don't care who you are per se. You know, it's a little different, like, you know, at your own job and stuff. Obviously, you know, there's a couple things. Like, I agree with, you got to respect your elders, and then as far as like in the workforce goes, like, you have to have some level of respect for the owner of the company, your boss, the director, all of that. So there is some level of that. But then the main part of it, I just still think you have to earn it. I don't not to say I go around disrespecting people, but I do feel like, you know, respect is earned. It's not. It shouldn't just be. It shouldn't just be like, oh, I'm in this position, so you owe me this amount of respect. Like, that's not how it works. But nobody asked me.
Good. Needs washing down.
If it please your grace, Lady Sansa is
No.
very tired.
No, you'll wait here. I'm...
Your grace.
Did someone poison him? We can only hope. Or maybe he's just choking on the pie. I hope somebody poisoned him. I am saying that with wishful thinking, but I don't know who would have done it. I don't know. I paused it kind of early, but I don't know. Let's see.
It's nothing.
He's choking!
Calm the poor boy.
Joffrey!
Come with me now.
Joffrey! Joffrey!
If you want to live, you have to leave.
Don't touch Joffrey!
Hey, the witch is dead, the witch is dead, the witch is dead. Hey, the wicked witch is dead. Yeah, they're going to blame his uncle. I don't think his uncle had anything to do with it, but they're going to blame him. I don't know. Man. I could care less. King Joffrey's dead. I think that's good. Well, I don't know. It's one of those things like, who's coming after him? I don't know. So if the king dies, I mean, normally it would be his son, right? King Joffrey doesn't have any sons yet. He just finished getting married. Would the queen reign? Did she have something to do with it? You know, it's bad of me to celebrate death, right? But King Joffrey, you know what I mean? Like, it's just terrible human. Terrible, terrible human. So, I am not upset. I'm not bothered by this. In fact, I think it's kind of nice, you know. Probably my least favorite character in this show is dead. Cool. Finally, someone I disliked died for a change, you know? Don't have to deal with King Joffrey anymore. Jeez, but the aftermath, it could be pretty ugly. Could be pretty ugly.
Your king. Take him. Take him! Take him! Take him!
What's this? Oh, okay, the after stuff. Wow. Wow. I don't think it was the wine. I think it was the pie. I don't know. I'll gather my thoughts. I'm sorry if that was harsh of me. I don't think it was too harsh of me to be excited about King Joffrey, his reign of terror being done. I don't think that was too bad of me to think that way. The way he treated Sansa, the way he killed Ned Stark, good. Karma finally got to him. I know you shouldn't glorify death, but in cases like this, couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, That's my initial thoughts. Maybe I'll have something different after I think about it for a while. But right now, that's awesome. This show is hard to watch. It's brutal. You don't know who's going to die. I didn't think King Joffrey was going to die. I thought King Joffrey was going to do something to somebody else. That's what I was expecting when I said I feel like this wedding is going to go badly. I had no clue that King Joffrey was going to be dead. That is not at all what I was thinking. It did go badly, but not in the way I expected. I don't know, guys. Like, it's hard to watch characters you love and adore get killed off, die, their family members suffer, seeing Sansa suffer, Arya, how that's changed her. Watching her father die, and then her mother died. Thankfully didn't watch, but know of, and then her brother died. Like, that's brutal. And I know that Lord Lannister, the father, he had a big hand in the death of the King of the North. Wasn't necessarily King Joffrey. But King Joffrey is just this stupid little kid that likes murder, likes killing women, raping women. I mean, he's just a terrible, terrible, terrible person. So I don't feel sad. If anything, I feel relieved that he's gone. So maybe that's harsh on me. Maybe that's not how I should feel. But after seeing him treat everybody else like shit, after seeing him treat his uncle like shit, after being so disrespectful, doesn't break my heart. Yeah, cool. Very cool. But yeah, if I got anything to add, I'll let you know. All right. After rewatching the episode and editing, I think that my harshness level was perfect. I am not at all saddened by his death. I think that's a good thing overall. I think that finally King Joffrey got put in his place. I don't know who killed him. I did find it interesting that the man that Sansa saved and was his, not joker, but entertainment, his, what do you call those? Crap. The word slipped my mind, but the guy that used to be a knight and was now just the entertainment for him, maybe had something to do with it. I mean, he seemed to kind of know what was going on before it all happened. So he might have some involvement. Regardless of who did it, it needed to be done. And I am quite happy and satisfied with that episode. I'm still kind of leery about watching the show, scared to see what's going to happen next. But it's like a train going off the rails, You got to keep watching and see what happens, even though it could be terrible, So, anyways, that's my thoughts on this episode. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. Please consider subscribing if you are new. I appreciate you guys sticking with me on this journey. I know it's been kind of in and out, here and there. I tell you I'm going to try to be more consistent, but I've told you that before, and then I've failed you. I am trying. It's just I don't treat this at all like a job. It's just my hobby. I enjoy it. I do really honestly enjoy watching Game of Thrones. I find it challenging to watch, though. It's not something that I can do any day that I want. You know, it is time consuming, yes, but more so than that, it's just can be heart wrenching, and it's. I guess I feel like I'm a part of the show to some extent. Like, you feel like you really know these characters, and then when you see them die, it doesn't ruin the show. It just upsets you, and like, it stays with you. It's not just like, oh, I'm upset while I'm watching this. It's like, I'm thinking about it. Like, not all the time, but a good amount of the time. I'm thinking about Game of Thrones. What's going to happen next? Why did this happen? And all that. Like, it sticks with you. And it's not the type of show you can just kind of turn on and then shut it down after the 45 minutes to an hour. You know, it does stick with you, be the good parts and the bad parts. So, yeah, it's been an interesting ride, but I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for being patient with me and understanding. And hopefully you're still enjoying these, and stick around because there will be more. Whether the consistency happens or doesn't happen, one thing I am guaranteeing, I am going to do every episode. I've decided to going forward, you know, we are going to do every single episode. I think it's worth my time to watch it. You know, I know some of you still enjoy it. I know some of you are here specifically for Game of Thrones. I know our channel's kind of taken a different route from December of last year, but I still think this is worth revisiting every week or as often as we can. And I still want to fulfill my commitment to you as far as pushing forward and enjoying, and not always enjoying, a lot of times enjoying, but experiencing Game of Thrones. Yeah, good. Another good episode. I'm liking this season so far. Nothing too tragic has happened. There's been some great moments, aka King Joffrey is gone. But yeah, there you have it. So thanks so much for being here. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, I will hopefully see you soon. Bye.